Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome to Interrogation, which is a Lovecraftian horror game where you must interrogate a person that may or may not be a monster. Introduction. For the past few months there's been this patient. She was a victim of an abduction, as well as a bizarrely unnatural homicide. Normally she wouldn't be in our jurisdiction, but during her rescue she attacked the police and tried to escape numerous times, which led to her being placed in our care. Then there's her behavior. Family members report that she was acting differently. A total personality change. She's never provided any clear answers on what happened. Oddly, she suddenly made a request stating she was finally willing to talk. They put me in charge of her interrogation. I felt it'd be a good idea to ask the police for any evidence they were willing to share with me, given her history of being uncooperative with questioning. Thankfully, they let me have a binder containing some evidence they'd collected. Not all of it, granted, but hopefully it'll be enough to finally get the truth of what happened.
Okay, I'm ready. Could you bring the patient in? Now, before we get started, can you give me your name for the record, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. It's, Heather. My name's Heather.
Can we confirm that? Okay, so... patient named Darcy? Looks like you. I think. Yeah. Reasons for admission to hospital. Patient was a victim of abduction during a rescue. She's been held temporarily while being given therapy, but after numerous attempted escapes, she continued attacking people around her. She was committed to this facility. Patient has proven to not be completely honest with doctors. Many staff report that her claims and information are incorrect. Currently, the patient seems to give no indication that she has any known disorders. Rather that her constant lying is in order to hide something. Due to her frequent violent outbursts and escape attempts, she's been confined to a wheelchair during any and all activities. We're sorry to say that due to the active status of investigation, the police are unable to provide any notes from investigators. However, the precinct is willing to work with Innsmouth in some capacity, so we've sent you a binder containing any evidence we aren't currently using. Hope this is ample support to help you with interrogation of the patient. Let's, get her on this.
That's not what it says in your patient record.
Oh, right. Heather's, just a nickname of mine. It's Darcy. Sorry for the confusion.
Sure thing, Darcy.
You aren't from around here, are you? Could you tell me what state?
State? Sure. It's Pennsylvania.
Patient's folder. Was there anything contradicting there? Pennsylvania? Necessarily. Officers respond to a 911 call about individuals entering an abandoned house. Upon entering the premises, officers found one living victim in the body of an unidentified individual. Judging by the state of two, it's estimated that they had been there for a few hours. The surviving victim had been restrained to a chair. Following the survivor's rescue, she immediately assaulted the officers present, leading to 2 police casualties due to severe injuries. The woman was quickly detained and medical support was called, but she's been uncooperative with questioning. A Virginia ID was found on the scene, so present staff will be looking to why she is here and notifying any family. The body of an unidentified girl was discovered just a few feet from the survivor. Both individuals arrived at the same time based on the state of their clothing. The body was in an unnatural state. The entire body, including limbs, was twisted and deformed and was in a state that closely resembled the late stages of decomposition. They need to be determined.
The police report says you're from Virginia, though.
Ah, right. Sorry. I always get Pennsylvania and Virginia mixed up, you know? 'Cause they are so close.
Sure.
Are you talking to me of your own volition?
Yeah, of course. I just wanna give my side of the story.
Next question.
Alright, thanks for that information. It's just a formality for the records.
Yeah, it, seemed that way.
Okay.
Now, we don't have all the time in the world, so I won't bother you with going over the details. To keep it short, I need to ask you some questions about the university and your abduction.
Alright, that's fine. Go ahead.
As I'm sure you remember, you requested this meeting. The police have provided me with a binder containing some of their evidence, which I'll be using to make sure you're taking this discussion seriously. They told me that you were quite uncooperative during initial questioning. It's just to make sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for, agreeing to this.
Okay, so, first of all, Could you tell me a bit more about your experience at university?
Yeah. I was abducted
Harvard
at
University.
Harvard University, which is where I went to. It was, fine. It's not as if my grades were bad or anything. I got on well, I guess. Until the, abduction, of course.
Let's examine the binder. I think there's a time limit or something weird. You see kind of up there. Crime scene, unidentified female corpse. Okay, quite a bit of evidence here now. Play the recorder again.
Yeah. I was abducted at Harvard.
A few weeks ago, Harvard University student Darcy Widow was abducted from the university, brought to an abandoned house near 23rd West Road Street, where she was later found by police bound to a chair next to an unidentified human corpse. Complicating matters is that Darcy herself was shortly arrested for assaulting the officers on duty, making multiple escape attempts while in custody. I mean, the corpse could be Darcy. The father stated that his daughter would never act like this. I can only blame the university for knowing that lingering hanging around in bad crowds with what imagined to be little no oversight from the staff. Let's see, the dad was going to file a lawsuit for what happened to his daughter. Failed to assure the safety of my daughter and clearly lacked anything resembling a background check on their staff. Alan Widow continues to mention that he will be taking on the lawsuit alone, citing his own career history as one of Virginia's most successful lawyers. If Harvard thinks they can get away with the blatant disregard for their students' well-being, they don't know who they're messing with. What's this about? Submitted a complaint? A student named Heather Baker. I should probably read these a little bit faster, we're running out of time. For Murphy's anthropology cast, Darcy expressed discomfort with Heather saying she seemed more interested in me than the assignment. Let's go to the next question for right now.
It's a fairly big university, with lots of fields and classes. What did you major in?
My major? Well, I took a bachelor's degree, so I took a lot of classes that weren't part of it. But it was, management.
Management. Your student major was literature. Management was Heather. Huh.
Your college records state that you majored in literature.
Uh-oh. I guess that was just a mistake. Yeah, no, I majored in literature. My head's just kind of all over the place, you know?
Did you make any friends during your time at university? Any strong relationships with anyone?
I mean, of course, I had a couple of friends. Are you asking if I had a boyfriend or something? I never really had any strong relationships with anyone, to be honest. Mostly just, acquaintances.
So here's my guess. It's some kind of, not doppelganger, you know, like a body snatcher. They were Heather first, right? They took interest in Darcy, and they took Darcy. That's why they're mixing up some of their details with Darcy.
I mean,
Can you think of any reason why you might have been abducted?
I honestly have no idea. I mean, it's not like I'm rich or anything. My parents don't.
Your dad's a lawyer.
Don't make too much money, so I can't imagine they wanted something like a ransom or anything.
Isn't your father a highly successful lawyer?
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Hmm.
I mean, I still wouldn't say that, he makes all that much.
Were you responsible for the death of the other person in that room?
What? No way, of course, I wasn't. Did you see what happened to that body? How could I have caused that?
I mean, yes. I guess I can only, like... I mean, the tutorial mentioned that's, like, contradictions, but I can't see the... It'd be nice if I could just bring up evidence to see if, like, she ticks. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're talking about this body! You, like, check her eyes out and, like, yeah. You look a little nervous there, Darcy. But I think it's only, like, we're seeing if they mix up anything. Let's go next question.
When you were abducted, was there another person at the scene with you and the corpse?
It's a little hard to remember, but I'm pretty sure it was just me and the person during the, kidnapping.
Pretty sure it's just you and the person doing the kidnapping. A local teenager returning home from a late stay with her friends witnessed a strange occurrence on the 23rd West Road Street. They reported seeing lights from an abandoned house that they passed by occasionally. The witnesses said they investigated what the source of the light was, but as they approached the house, they heard a car driving in and decided to hide. The car parked by the abandoned house and 2 people left. According to the witness's statement, while the witness couldn't get a clear view of the people that coming for the car, they did report what they heard would sound like a girl calling for help. They could apparently see one of the figures trying to cover her mouth while dragging her to the house. After seeing this, the witness headed straight home, taking around 15 to 30 minutes, and immediately called 911 to report the event.
Damn, something's just not right here. It doesn't add up at all, but I just can't see what's wrong.
We're gonna go for all endings, by the way, so don't worry about it.
But I'm sorry, but I can't continue like this. I'll get someone else to take over. So just wait here.
Ending 4 out of 5. I just couldn't stay there anymore. Thankfully, before I left, I was able to get someone to fill in for me. But it seems as though he had no luck with her either. I was hoping I could return to her with a clear head, but that was never going to happen. Just a few hours after the interview, she was found dead, with her body in the same state as the one at the crime scene. If anything, that's a good ending, because clearly the person who went and replaced me died.
I had a couple of friends.
Let's look at some of this other evidence here. Alright, I was able to get my hands on the plane tickets. Our flight is 5 days from now, because I'd rather not risk staying here for long after what will happen. People will get suspicious. Whatever you have planned with her, I suggest taking care of the next few days in advance. Once we take care of the loose ends, we'll make our exile state.
These plane tickets seem to suggest otherwise.
Those. Ah, right. Yeah. Those. Me and the professor weren't, super close, I guess. I wouldn't call it a strong relationship. He was the one who bought the tickets anyway.
Can you think of any reason why you might have been abducted?
I honestly have no idea.
Okay. We already know how to answer that one.
When you were abducted, was there an... This photo of the crime scene shows a pair of glasses.
Well, lots of people wear glasses just for fashion's sake. They might be non-prescription.
So you could have used that one here.
Were you involved in what happened?
Are you joking? I already told you. How could I have been involved in that?
That being
Most
an
people
alien?
with no involvement don't attack the police and attempt to escape.
You can't be serious. I was in shock. I had just been abducted and there was a dead body. I wasn't thinking right.
You don't seem to have been doing a lot of thinking right. You're still trying to avoid the police, and even after requesting this meeting, you continue to lie and mix yourself up with another person. Make it make sense, Darcy, if that's even who you are. I'm starting to think you don't even know yourself.
Look, I'm just, not in the right headspace. Just give me a moment, and I swear I'll tell you everything.
Sorry, but I just don't have time to be led around with lies and excuses. I'll get one of the staff members to take you back to your cell and check back in a week. That should be enough time to get your thoughts straight.
Wait, hold on. I don't have a week. I need to talk to you now.
I'm sorry,
Why?
but our time is up.
I can't let you leave.
Oops.
What? What the hell is going on?
Sorry, but I don't have much time before it finds me. I need you right here, right now.
What exactly are you?
Well, I guess there's not much point in hiding it. I'm not exactly human. I suppose you could call me an entity. One using this body to hide in your world. I'm losing control of my grasp on this reality, though, and I need your help to fix it.
Okay, so I guess we got for that phase, because the timer reset. Need my help to fix it, huh? Reading this means that you're now trapped in that thing's pocket reality. It won't let you leave until it gets what it wants, and if you refuse to do so, it will result in the end of all life as we know it. However, after rigorous research, I can say that there is a third option. First, you need to have a symbol present during the event. Then try to find ways to contradict the entity as best as you can. I couldn't explain why, but for some reason being confronted seems to break its hold just enough for the symbol to reveal a 4-word code phrase. When all 4 words are revealed to you, say them aloud directly to it. Godspeed and best of luck to you. Doing this, it means I'm gone. Given everything I've involved myself in, I can only hope that I'm just dead. The alternatives are too chilling to consider. All I can offer are my deepest apologies for what I've done. The wind that forced my hand on these awful deeds made me feel as if I had no choice but to follow orders. I wish I could tell you everything, but even just writing this is a great struggle. I can only say this, it wasn't my choice, and I hope to make this right. Only this life depends on it. J.M. James Murphy.
You mentioned something trying to find you. What's trying to find you?
Where I'm from, there are powerful beings that even I'm hesitant to describe. That even something like me shouldn't bother. But I did. And now it's after me. And I'm not just going to let it take me. So I'm hiding from it.
So you're hiding from it, huh? I mean, there's any contradictions in that?
What was the real reason behind your relationship with the professor?
He was just someone that knew about the world and was willing to help me. I can't afford to get caught. It's a far greater issue than you think.
I'm not sure about that. Not that one.
The professor's
There we
confession
go.
says something quite different.
Alright, so I had to do a bit of coercing, but still, he helped me prepare for rituals and events, as well as other things. I needed his help. I had to be assertive.
Where is the professor now?
He is no longer in this reality. He was taken to another. He screwed up during the last event while setting something up. Not sure if he can get back or not.
Sounds like a lie. Ooh, things have changed a little bit. What? The portrait. James Murphy. Chan. Next question.
What was the actual reason for this abduction?
I wouldn't call it an abduction. No one was forced into it. It was just a ritual to help maintain my control and keep me hidden.
What do you mean forced into it? This one literally says you forced his hand.
We have a witness who
There we go.
testified otherwise.
That's,
Ooh,
well,
well.
I was losing control of my body. I needed to be handcuffed so I could be taken care of. That's all. A misunderstanding.
So what happened to that body?
We ran out of time during the event. The being I'm hiding from, the hunter, got to her. And well, you see why I'm on the run.
You see why I'm the one. They got to her.
We ran out of time during the event. The being I'm hiding from, the hunter, got to her. And well, you see why I'm on the run.
I mean, I don't see a contradiction there.
Why? Was there a third person at the event anyway?
It was just something the professor decided at the last minute. No reason for her to be there at all.
Let's see. Doesn't this imply that you have the...
This email seems to say it was planned in advance.
Well, Look, why are we talking about this third person? They aren't important. Can't you see there are bigger things going on right now?
Like your insect
Do you
jaws?
even know who that classmate was?
Nobody important. Probably just one of the professor's students. I've got no idea who she might be, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know much about that one.
These records seem to show that you two did a class assignment together. Plus, there was the confusion over names earlier. You called yourself Heather at first.
Are you serious? How is this remotely important? Were you not listening when I said we don't have a lot of time? Listen, we are out of time. I'll need you to recite this incantation to hide me from the hunter.
Legline.
Karapathinadao. This is crucial. If the hunter gets me, it will have an opening into this world.
So?
It will destroy all life as you know it. No question. Hiding me will save the world. So I trust you know the right choice here.
Are there no other options? Nothing else that can prevent this?
There is no other way. You have to make the decision.
So the incantation. We have all the symbols, right?
According to this, I can say this. Chan ia feleoriba.
Wait, where did you... How do you know that? Oh no. Oh no. Do you have any idea what you've done?
Not really. Apparently you got spidered.
What happened? Is it over? Did I do it all right?
Ending 1 out of 5. In the end, that thing vanished along with any danger it caused. I don't know if I made the right call, but I made my choice and I'm paying for it. After everything that happened during the interrogation, the investigation naturally went on to what happened to the patient. Of course, I was the prime suspect in her disappearance. There was no point in telling them what really happened. Who would believe me? Either way, what I said was irrelevant. Now I'm a patient in the very facility I work for, subject to countless interrogations. Stuck in a captivity, I'm left to wonder. Did I make the right choice or would that thing return? Alright, let's get the ever endings. Let's leave.
Forget this. I'll leave them to someone else. I'm taking today off.
Nice. Ending 5 out of 5. Thanks for playing, I guess. Can I just...
I suppose an action is a choice of its own.
It is.
Sorry, but this is just too much to handle all at once.
Well, at least I won't be alone in the inevitable suffering.
This is not okay. Ending 2 out of 5. Spiders. I only lasted a scant few seconds, but I remember the horror that led into our world. Whatever that thing I interrogated was, it was telling the truth about one thing. The being that hunted it was so much more powerful than it was. The worst part wasn't the agonizing pain of my body being devoured by that thing, or even the lingering thoughts of whether I'll be suffering like this forever. No, the worst part was that I could vividly hear the billions of people screaming in torment as they met the end I had mistakenly unleashed on them. Which is spiders, by the way. Say the incantation.
Alright, fine. I'll say it. Legline. Kurapathinadala.
My thanks to you. How I have to face my punishment.
Who ever saw this coming?
What happened? Why the hell can't I move?
I've done all I can with the patient, but she still refuses to cooperate. She needs some time alone, so please don't disturb her. I'll be back with some staff to escort her back to her cell.
You notice the entity can't talk normally.
That's not me. Don't listen to it. That's not me you're talking to.
Spider. Hitting 3 out of 5. Those were the last words before the pain hit me. A pain too agonizing to describe. Soon followed by my bones spinning like they were made of soft rubber. It felt like my skin was being pulled from every opening possible. My last seconds on Earth were torturous, and all I could think about was whether this is how I would die, or if I would continue to feel this horror wherever this thing was taking me. So that's it for Interrogation. So this is not the first game I've played from this developer. I've played some other ones they've made, notably the Cage Face series. And the interesting thing is that their series They usually they're 3D horror games, right? But they do have like game over cutscenes that are this kind of visual novel style, I would almost describe it. And it looks like they decided to run with that to make this game, where it's rather than being 3D, it's like all drawn, you know, sketches. And I actually think they should kind of go into that a little bit. Don't make full-on visual novels, but make something like this. Because something like this is like, it's a little more interesting. It stands out a little more, right? There's not too many interrogating Lovecraftian creature games. Not to say that they should make like a clone sequel of Interrogation, but more in the sense of, I would like to see them mess around with like little interesting ideas like this, in a more adventure gamey kind of intelligent format. I'm using the word intelligent here not to say one thing is smarter than the other, but more to say there's a gameplay element to it. And you do have to like think a little bit and kind of like look around, as we saw the looking for the evidence and stuff like that. But yeah, I liked it. It was a game jam horror game, but they used the game jam format properly to create something that feels like it is a longer game, because there's a little bit of a value of kind of going through and, you know, not messing up your interrogation, getting all those various endings. But they were smartly able to probably save on time by limiting the gameplay space into this room with these sprites, basically. The only small thing is if they had more time, it's always great to have bad ending CGs. We did have a little bit of bad ending. It's basically you just see the facility and it's like a little bit different each time. But I do like twisted bad ending CGs. And you got a little bit of that taste, that twistedness when you see like the spider thing come in and like stab the entity. But yeah, anyway. So thank you all for watching play Interrogation. I'll see you guys later and take it easy.